All right, so let's consider this. Let's consider the fact that so many don't feel safe in this world, don't really feel safe with interacting with other people, that don't really feel safe out here in these streets navigating this world, right? You may not feel safe on your job. You may not feel safe when you're interacting with friends. See, that's why so many people, they want to just stay in the house. They want to just be by themselves. They want to just be alone. Because in that space is where they feel the most safe. They could just be. It's interesting because there are those people that you really don't have to work to be in relationship with them. They feel like home. You meet them day one and there's no efforting. And it's like, why? Because you feel safe with them. See, there are some people where you feel like they're a threat, where the threat is that somehow, some way, they'll attack you. What is the attack? Judgment, rejection, speaking of you in negative ways that maybe would validate or affirm your insecurities that you feel about yourself. It's just something about them that triggers you, and that triggering is threatening to you. See, it affects the way how you show up in the world. There's some people and some activities that you engage in that you realize, oh, right away, boom, 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 gotta suit up, gotta put on my armor, gotta put on my defense, right? And in their presence, you're more on defense, right? But then there's others that they just become your favorite people right away because you feel safe around them. And it's really something that you got to take before the Lord. You got to figure out what that is. What is it within that individual? What is it within that activity? What is it within people or certain times that feel threatening, that don't make you feel safe? And where does that come from? Where did that start? Who did that start with? And you would be surprised on how far that stuff goes back, right? So you really got to do the work to be able to explore that, and then allow the Lord in so he could be able to really direct you to the exact points when that happened, and to help you work through that process, right? So the Holy Spirit can ask you questions so you can reflect on it and navigate it, and then be able to actually have practical steps in which you could go out into the world and begin facing those very things that you fear, so that you can begin not moving in fear, feeling threatened, but you can actually feel safe at all times, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Do you see what I'm saying? So what does that have to do with it? Is because you want to feel safe all the time, and this is how you feel safe all the time. See, God does not give the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. But Satan does. And the more you spend time with the Lord, the more you connect with the Lord, the more you develop that intimacy, that relationship with the Lord, not just in your devotion time, not just 30 minutes a day. I mean, all day. It's such a different way of living in which you're communing with the Lord. You are walking with the Lord. You are being instructed by the Lord. His Spirit, His Holy Spirit is just speaking to you and guiding you and leading you and giving you discernment and telling you, hey, move around. That person's a distraction. Move around. That person's not there for you. All right, it's time to go. You're getting distracted. Shift your focus. Remain silent. Listen. Don't talk right now. And it's such this space where like you and the Holy Spirit are just on the same page. And in that, there's safety. Getting that relationship with the Lord and allowing Him to be able to heal you. Heal you of past trauma. Heal you of past hurt. Now, the Lord can do that in a moment and break some stuff off of you and heal you lickety-split. But for the most part, He wants you to enter into this healing process with Him. He wants you to just be able to bring those things to Him, and He's going to walk you through it. He will ask you questions and help you navigate it and provide clarity and provide understanding. The Lord is the wonderful counselor. Come on, Book of Isaiah. He will do it for you, right? He will do it with you. You see, and then with you being healed and whole, the world is not all of a sudden such a scary place. Because it's actually what's coming out of you and what you're projecting more than that's causing the experience, more than just things existing outside of you and you just happen to get in the path. See, once when you get so rooted and grounded in your relationship with the Lord and you allow Him to reveal your identity in Him and begin working on that and begin walking in that, and you stay connected to the Lord and you're walking with the Lord, that just becomes your safe place. It really does. And you take that safe place with you everywhere you go. See, your powerful place, your confident person, your authentic person, your assured person is not a costume you put on to survive the moment, the interaction, the event. It is a place in which you should reside. But you can't do that separate from God, because the world don't want you to be like that. The world don't want you to show up like that and act like that. The world wants you fearful and conforming. But God wants you walking in the truth of who you are. And He didn't create you to be fearful and scared and shy and quiet because you're scared out of fear. That don't sound like Jesus at all, does it? And we should be walking in His image. We were created in the image of God. It's time to start walking in it. So if you're feeling unsafe navigating this world, the first thing you got to do is tell yourself the truth. The second thing you got to be able to do is you got to be able to seek the Lord and let Him be your refuge. Let Him be your fortress. Let Him be your strong tower, right? Let Him be what keeps you safe. And stay in that. Remain in that. Trust in it. Have confidence in that. And walk in that safety. Talk soon.